Hi, I'm Tony Todd. Welcome to Throwing Heat. I'm here with my two co-hosts, Dr. Dan Ratner and Ross DeBoss. Today's guest is someone I am very proud of. I just happened to be one of his high school baseball coaches. He made his major league debut last week. Let's welcome to the show my buddy, Mr. Conner Greene's in the house. What's up, Conner?
Yo, what up, T? What's up, Ross and Dan? How you guys doing?
Good to see you, Conner.
Thanks for coming on, Conner. We're excited to have you on.
Exactly.
Thank
So,
you.
Conner, growing up in Santa Monica, you were such a great athlete. I've been knowing you since you played Little League Baseball. And when you attended Santa Monica High School, why was it that you just wanted to play baseball when you could have easily started on our football team, which was struggling, and also our basketball team?
Basketball overlaid baseball season, about 3 weeks there. And me and my dad had to make a quick choice. My love was basketball and baseball, but we had to make a choice. Look, you're not going to be the fastest in the league and you're only going to be 6'3". So, you know, you're going to probably choose baseball to be an actual professional at it. And we were actually considering going pro, at a young age. So that's how we made the choice. Which one can we go pro in?
Right. And I remember you, as a freshman at Santa Monica High School, and you were just so athletic, man. I think I witnessed this, you guys. I timed Conner now. He's a pitcher. Now he can do front flips, back flips. He can do whatever you need. But I timed him running a 60 and a 6.5. That is true. Now, is that speed from your dad or your mom's side of the family?
That happened my senior year. I remember you timing that. And I was barefoot, so that might have added a little bit to it. But I think I got it from my mom's side. My dad has a lot of explosiveness, but my mom is a track athlete. That's what she does. She's a runner. So
okay, great. Yeah, we also have a photo of you as a senior in high school. You can see your heart beating. There it is. There's that guy.
Lanky as hell.
That's a great photo, though. That's a really good photo. So I remember your dad bringing you protein.
150 pounds.
150 pounds, soaking wet, throwing what?
And Conner, you were 6'3" at that point?
I was 6'3", 150 pounds at that point.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, Conner, when I was in high school, I had you beat. I was 6'2", and I was 130 pounds.
Wow.
I put on some weight pretty quickly after that, but at one point I had you beat. I can't believe it.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
So, Conner, tell us. I wanted to hear about your journey to the major leagues. I know, generally nobody has a straight path, but at some point you were struggling with control. Just tell us about what that was like, struggling to get there, and now having finally broken through.
I think it's similar. The similarity for every baseball player, and I think every athlete at a high level, and I would say any professional at a high level, is you learn the craft. Now you've gotten the routine down. Now you've gotten the body language, the muscle memory. So you've gotten all these checked off. But the last box that needs to be checked off is the unwavering daily self-belief and confidence that you're going to get the job done. Whether results go negative or go positive, you need to be basically a brick wall with your mentality and how you're attacking guys. And I think that was as big as a part of my development as my physical development. It was understanding mentality, attack mentality, and how to deal with shitty things happening, So.
Well, you're speaking my language. I'm a therapist. So the idea that the mental side would be a bigger part, I think people are coming to really see that the mental side is so big. I mean, when you think about players who kind of get the yips and they just, I never played professionally, but I have that happen in all kinds of sports. And so I wondered what's the biggest hurdle that you got through with yourself to become that brick wall?
So you're a moldable young mind at 18 years old. You're listening, you're grabbing information from different coaches, older players, all these things. And some are positive, but some are very negative things. And you believe either way. And when you're convicted in a thought, it becomes exactly what you're going to produce out on the field. So I think the biggest hurdle was having my own identity on the mound and being convicted in the thoughts that I was moving forward with, the belief in oneself. I think Lucas Giolito is a perfect example of someone that was able to master that and control it. And I think a lot of guys, and it's what makes Tom Brady Brady, and it's what makes anybody at a high level do it over and over again.
And speaking of Lucas Giolito, you and Lucas, you guys are really good friends, right? Both from Santa Monica, and you guys still stay in contact to this day, correct?
Yes. That's my guy.
How did you and Lucas originally come to be friends?
Lucas and I were friends from our travel ball team called the Stampede when we were 12. My dad and other dads in the area got this powerhouse 12-year-old team together. I think we might have even been younger. And we just went to work on fundamentals, and we became a great team. And then we had like 5 people go D1 or something. Like a lot of players were successful out of that team.
Now, talking about your dad, you had to call your dad last week and tell him that you were brought up into the major leagues. It's been a long time coming, Conner. You know that. You've been in the minors for a while.
Yes.
A lot of your friends that you grew up with are in the majors. Congratulations on making it to the MLB. It's an unbelievable accomplishment. Tell me how that phone call went.
Well, like you said, long time coming, something that we believed that I was capable of doing for my whole life and doing for a long time. My dad was, at first he was forcing me to go before elementary school, and I was crying and arguing with him every day. And I'm taking 200 hacks from both sides of the plate. I'm sitting here like not understanding why I needed to do so many reps at that time. And then eventually I adopted the hunger and the will to make it. But it because of those early reps, it makes me so grateful for what he did and him making me go before elementary school and getting better than the other kids in baseball. So for me, it was huge to just call him and say, Dad, all that hard ass work, all the early mornings that you put before your work and before my school and after school, and the protein shakes he would say. He sent me to school every day with a protein shake. Tony knows. And I would throw them away and hide the bottles because he was always making sure I was drinking them. But it was like all worth it. And it was a moment. Like I would tear up for that moment telling him over the debut moment, because I'm ready for that debut moment. But the pops, it was just touched my heart for sure.
So speaking of your dad, we actually have a photo of the two of you the day you made your debut. Just tell me, I know what it means to you, Conner. It means so much to me and people that represented you from Santa Monica, like my buddy Mark Landis and all the other coaches, Swingo and Sheldon Phillip Guy. That photo right there, that says a lot right there. I mean, that even brings me to tears. And just to see that moment is just so gratifying. How do you feel about that photo?
I think I hopped up in the stands. The security was kind of freaking out right there. But I'm just happy for the old man, and he put so much work in as much as I did, it seems like. So yeah, I'm just glad he got to see it. And it wasn't behind, an iPad screen at home or something. I'm glad that he was there in person,
Right, exactly. And we have another unbelievable photo that I love. I think you posted last week on your Instagram story. This, is a photo of you pitching at, I believe that's 8 years old at Los Amigos, maybe, or that photo right there.
That's Santa Monica All-Stars in San Pedro, that field. My mom edited that. She did that. I'll give her the credit for it. Yeah, that's me, little as heck, with Rick Tenenbaum. Mark Tenenbaum was the coach, and he taught me paint the wall and get the hand up like scorpion style, and that was that. And yeah, it's a great photo to see the transformation, from an 8-year-old to a 26-year-old major league pitcher.
I had a question for you, Conner, about what's it like, being on the big stage? Is there a particular place that you would play that you might feel intimidated by, or kind of in awe of, or particularly excited about?
I'm particularly excited to be here in New York. I faced the Yankees a lot coming up. I got drafted by the Blue Jays, so I wanted to be in the AL East. So I'm glad that I'm just in the AL East. I get to show my stuff off against one of the best divisions in baseball. Any major league outing is a fun one to me because it's on TV and there's no hiding there's just no hiding. You get to either be successful or not, and the world sees it. And I love that moment. So any team, but I'm pumped to play the Yankees. I hope I get to go in the next 3 days.
Conner, bases loaded, 3-2 count to Aaron Judge. What pitch are you pitching to him? What pitch are you?
I'm gonna throw
Ross,
a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
Don't make him give it away. Come on, it's hard enough to pitch to Aaron Judge.
I'll shake. I'm gonna shake like 3 times, bunch of fake shakes, and I'm gonna throw it as hard as I can at his hand.
That's what I like to hear. You're going to challenge Aaron Judge.
It'll be inside.
Now, yesterday, I was watching your game yesterday, and the pitching coach came out and talked to you. Tell me, Woody, I'm just curious. What is the pitching? Sometimes the pitching coach just goes over his grocery list. I heard sometimes with pitchers. What does he tell you yesterday when he came out?
I'd imagine if I was a veteran and have had a tons of experience and time, he would just go over nothing. He's just giving you a little break, let the crowd calm down. But I think he, in that moment, he was just giving me a little direction. This is how we should approach this batter here, attack here, finish there. This is kind of what you have to work with here and get the job done, baby. And that's it.
So, Conner, in the moment, when you're in a moment like that, because I've never played in front of that many people in my life, but do you actually hear the crowd, or you just focus on that catcher's glove? Correct?
Yeah, I call it the flow state. I mean, a lot of people, it's a well-known thing. It's when you're so focused on something that you really aren't hearing anything. No, and you're in this perfect headspace where an answer comes with the problem, and you got the solution, and you're acting, you're not thinking, and that's where I like to be on the mound. Because when you're thinking too much, that's when some of those negative things come in.
It's pretty cool to think about, actually, because when you're watching a baseball game, everybody's engaged in that process. Every single one of you has to manage your mental setup. And
right.
But I think it must be particularly tough for pitchers. I would think. I don't know. Is that the case? What would you say about that?
I would say it's tough for everybody, but I think like being the person that starts the play, like you are able to psych yourself up or psych yourself out. If you're hitting your reaction area a bit, maybe if you're playing the outfield, you're reacting, but you still need to be focused and stuff. But for pitching, it's the anticipation of going on the roller coaster that is the fear and the shit that makes people nervous.
Now, talking about being nervous, last week 77 players were traded. 77. It's like unbelievable in like 2 days. I mean, do you watch the MLB network, or did you keep track of stuff? Are you worried about yourself being traded or some of your teammates being traded? I mean, what was going on through your head?
I think you're pretty aware. There's some rumors, that go around the clubhouse and stuff of who would be the ones, or, I didn't feel as if I was going to be traded, but I guess you never know. It's not something we think about too much. It's cool to see these mega teams getting put together now. I mean, sheesh, I'm going to get to face, if I get in, a Rizzo, Gallo, that's two big ass lefties in that lineup now that you got to take down. But yeah, it's exciting. Definitely one of the most exciting trade deadlines I've ever could imagine. But nah, we're just going about our business and trying to win.
I mean, the Cubs are decimated. I mean, they got rid of their whole team. And
Nationals,
and the Nationals, I mean, they got rid of their star pitcher, and they got rid of a lot of talent also. I mean, do you think it's a good thing to get rid of your stars and bring in some prospects? Or, I mean, what's your thoughts on all that stuff?
I never was good at playing GM, so I really have no freaking clue. I know that a good buddy of mine, Lane Thomas, went to the Nationals. He's going to play up and do damn well for them in the outfield. Players are interchangeable, and if you give them an inch and they believe in themselves, like, you never know. Some superstars will emerge from this trade deadline that you didn't expect, and I bet it happens. So, yeah.
It's a good point, because there's going to be guys who were kind of afterthoughts in this deal, but if they believe in themselves and they work at it, they could end up being the biggest part of the deal. So it's pretty interesting stuff. Now, I wondered, you're new to the Orioles. I'm wondering who's kind of taking you under their wing so far? Are there guys you look up to? I know Trey Mancini came back after cancer. He's a guy you could pretty easily look up to, but who are the guys in the clubhouse that you're kind of gravitating towards? And don't worry, we won't tell anybody, except we'll publish it in an interview.
Except for completely, except we'll just post the whole interview.
Exactly.
Yeah. Trey's amazing clubhouse guy. His story is incredible, and the fact that he is in the shape that he's in after that and doing what he's doing, he's a leader in the clubhouse, and he hasn't lost a bit of his humble ness, his humbleness. Like he's incredible on and off the field, and he gives people the time of the day. He looks them dead in their eyes. But he's he's not a pitcher with me, so he's not really taking me under the wing. I think the bullpen as a whole is doing a really good job. Adam Plucko, Dylan Tate, Cole Solcher, Sean Anderson. I'm gonna forget one guy, and it's gonna be like fucked up. That's it. One guy.
Don't worry about
but
yeah,
it's the entire pen as a whole. Cesar Valdez. They're all doing a great job of showing me the ropes, showing me this how you got to go about your business, and just being nice guys. I appreciate the welcome arms. No one's bullying me or anything.
And the bullpen guys spend a lot of time together, because you're sitting there waiting to see whether you're going to get in or not. I wondered, is there a way that you find that people keep each other loose? I know you're new to the majors, but in the minors, we've had many people on who tell us about pranks and things like that. Are there any pranks that you have been part of or witnessed that are worth repeating here?
I haven't been part of any pranks yet. COVID, I think, has made some things a little more tight. But no, the guys it's a great energy, and they're showing me the ropes. So I hope to keep doing better. I haven't done good yet, I don't think. So I hope to keep learning, keep gathering, and keep believing. And
you will. Happen. Don't worry. Now, there's a picture behind me of you and Charlie Sheen. Tell me the history of you and Charlie and how you got to do some scenes in his show, and tell me the whole history of that.
I think the history starts with Tony. It's Tony Todd right here, and the same reason I think Tony's been in Charlie's life for so long is the same reason he's been in a lot of people's lives for so long. He's a good person, and he just wants what's best for his friends, genuinely. I mean, I wouldn't have got drafted without Tony, let alone meet Charlie, let alone be on this show. There's just I could go on about how much Tony has done for me. But so to go to Charlie there, I'm
thank you, Conner. I don't want to start crying, but thank you. You can continue.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, it, and yeah, I wouldn't have got drafted without you. You were the first person, one of the first people to see that light at the end of the tunnel for me. But I met Charlie. I'm an outgoing ass kid. I was 18 years old at the time. I throw hard. I don't know where it's going, especially then, right? So it's a wild thing. I'm basically the wild thing at 18. We were playing catch. We hit it off, and I just, it cracked me up. I couldn't stop laughing while I was hanging with him. So, we just started hanging a little bit here and there, and Tony was there basically every time, and friendship.
Didn't Tony tell you, if you get drafted, I'll introduce you to Charlie Sheen? Wasn't that the story? Yes. Wasn't that the truth? Let's hear that story.
Yeah, that's the truth. I was 17 at the time. He's like, well, first, maybe we'll wait till you're 18. Second, if you get drafted, we'll bring you up to Charlie's house. And sheesh, I mean, I might have turned down my 7th round 100,000 if I wasn't trying to chomp at the bit to go meet Charlie. I might have turned that down, gone to college, and been a first rounder or something. Who knows? But I couldn't wait to call Tony. I signed. All right. I'm driving up to freaking Beverly Hills or wherever the hell, Mulholland.
Yeah, we made it happen the day after he got drafted. Yeah. It was awesome. Now, Conner, speaking of pranks, I don't like to bring this up, but I'm glad you're in the major league now because, I have something on a major leaguer. Conner challenged me one time in high school. I
heard about this story. I heard Conner, you guys.
He whooped my ass.
You were in a gym and you challenged the great Tony Todd in a sport, and that's a huge mistake. You never challenge Tony Todd in football, baseball, basketball, ping pong, foosball, you name it, he can do it. And you challenge him and tell us what happened.
Well, I'm good at basketball. I don't even care what he says, but he beat me 21-0. I didn't score one freaking point, and he's dropping threes over and over again. I'm missing layups because I'm so rattled. It's 13-0, 14-0, 15-0. I'm like, oh shit.
Basically, I was just playing bully ball, though, right, Conner?
Bully ball, bro.
That's Tony's third sport in high school. He was never Like
No.
he took basketball not that seriously, just like he didn't take track that seriously, and he still beat you 21-0. That tells you something about Tony Todd.
Yeah, it does. 21-0, bro.
Listen,
we got to get a rematch.
It tells you something about the mental part of the game. Listen, Connor, I bet that if, as you make more success in the major leagues and you play Tony again, Tony's going to be in trouble. Tony, I'm putting out there right now.
Oh, no, I admit it.
Once it starts rolling in the wrong way, I know how to control that.
I totally admit it. I told Connor before this interview started, I would just love to just step in the box and see 98, right, Ross? Would you just love to just see 98,
I've been to batting cages, and I've been to cages where it goes 90 and it's moving. I mean,
that does not count, Ross, a damn batting cage.
I mean, Connor, I play slow pitch softball because I'm old, and it's a total different game. My swing is totally different than it is in baseball. And I figured out how to do it, and I'm pretty good at it. But I commend all those guys that can hit 100 miles an hour. It's unbelievable.
Sheesh. I mean, infield and slow pitch softball is no joke either. I played in like a little beer league this offseason, and that ball is coming in hot, even when you're like an infielder in slow pitch softball. Yeah.
Listen,
go ahead.
This is why I didn't make it in baseball. I was afraid of the ball. This is why I ended up being a therapist. Do I want to be in the box in 98? No, I don't. But listen, when you're on the mound, what's the number one thing that you do? Let's say you get into a trouble spot. How do you reset in your mind? And we're talking about the mental side of the game a lot here because it's so important.
Yeah, well, I love talking about it because to me it is the most important. It's the calm your mechanism thing from where's that, Bull Durham or whatever? Or what's the
for the love of the game?
For the love of the game, it's not exactly me saying calm the mechanism. Patty Steinfurt, he's a mental coach. He was with the Blue Jays, Red Sox, 76ers. He's a well-known mental coach. He gave me a tool that says, when blank happens, I will blank. And simply, you just fill in the blanks. When success happens, I will stay on the same page and stay with my routine and keep attacking. When an error happens or a home run happens, I will stay on the same page, just keep attacking with my routine and my zones that I have predetermined as good zones to be pitching in. So it's just a plan. You execute a plan, keep emotion out of it, and you just attack with your plan and conviction in that plan. And when it wavers, you shut it down immediately. Like you shut that negative thought down immediately and replace it with a positive thought, or just a different worded version of it.
Well, that's a great note to end on. So, but before you leave, will you please ask your manager to just give you an opportunity to play one day in the outfield or in the infield, just so you can show them that you can play anywhere on that field?
Oh man, I shag as hard as I can every BP. So he sees that. And the manager goes, "Oh, you're pretty good in the outfield, huh, Greene?" I go, "Oh, heck yeah, Skip. Like, I'm great. Check this out. Next ball, clank." He goes, "Yeah, nope." I'm like, "Oh, it happens fast in the bigs, huh? Get your one shot." But he's like, "Nah, you're not. You're never going to get to." Because the first ball, I quit right off the palm. Dropped it.
Well, Connor, I know you have a busted catch, and it's been an honor to interview you, man. Let alone being one of your high school baseball coaches. And just want to let you know, man, I'm so proud of you because, we've been there, the ups and downs, the haters, the non-believers. But, you believe in yourself. I believe in you. Your dad believed in you. Mark Landis, Swingo, Sheldon Phillip Guy, and
City of Santa Monica.
City of Santa Monica. And we all believe in you, man. Just congratulations. All right.
Yeah. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. I can't thank you enough, bro.